Descent of the Demon God. By Hanjo Wiolia. Chapter 235. Side Story. Part 2. Chen Youwen was reading the letter while sitting at the highest seat in the entire room. Men 10 steps away from him were focused on looking at his reaction to the content he was reading. While still his eyes on the letter, one eyebrow of Chen Youwen raised, to which the messengers all bowed their heads. This letter isn't from the emperor. At those words from him, Li Hamming, who was now growing a red beard, asked, "It wasn't sent by the emperor?" Chen Youwen handed it to him. After he confirmed it with his own eyes, he yelled, "How dare you deceive the Lord? Eik." Some terrified people panicked, not knowing what to do. They deceived them by saying the letter was from the emperor and requested an audience with the Lord of Sky Demon Order. So they couldn't help but accept the shouting. Hoo hoo hoo. Fearless bastards. Submang, who was on the other side with a flask on his waist, clicked his tongue. One of the messengers who were kneeling got up. It was a man in a blue uniform. "We haven't lied to you. We were sure that we said we were from the imperial family when we visited. We never mentioned that this was a letter from His Majesty." The voice was full of nobility that showed where his confidence was coming from. Li Hamming yelled again. "Ha!" The man in blue was playing with words fearlessly. Chen Youwen looked at him. "Your name is Li Yun, right?" This man called himself Li Yun. In the empire, he held the title of a teacher for the crown prince. Chen Youwen was puzzled when he saw this man had accompanied the envoy. "Yes, Lord." "Do you know the contents of the letter?" Li Yun confidently answered. "I do." He indeed was the man who conquered the world, but this was Chen Youwen's first time seeing someone standing confidently and looking so dignified in front of him. Of course, it could be possible since the man before him was a teacher, a scholar honing his knowledge. Chen Youwen laughed. Li Yun raised his voice with a displeased face. "That is a letter from the person who will become the lord of the nation. Even if the cult is in charge of the national religion of the empire, you are too much." National religion. Chen Youwen made the national religion of the empire as Sky Demon Order, and Li Yun was very uncomfortable with that. Did it make sense for the empire, which rules the people and keeps other nations in check, to set the Sky Demon Order as the religion? And even discuss state affairs with them? Just because you are. It was when he was trying to speak. Thud. Li Yun was forced to kneel in an instant by Li Hamming, who was next to Chen Youwen, but suddenly appeared behind him and pressed him down. Quack. Li Yun was flustered. There was no way he could withstand the power of a warrior. "The Lord didn't give you permission to stand. Is it fine to threaten the imperial palace?" Li Yun looked at Chen Youwen and protested. However, Chen Youwen just flicked the letter. Pack. It was shocking. A simple letter of paper stuck firmly on the floor. Li Yun's knee would have been cut if it stuck a little farther. Drop. And cold sweat began to drop. To Li Yun, Chen Youwen calmly said, "It is cute that the prince who hasn't even been crowned is already pretending to be the master of the nation. He's ordering me to come to the palace?" The letter said that an urgent matter had to be discussed by the crown prince, who would be the emperor, so Chen Youwen had to come to the palace. At that, Li Yun thought. Cute? The arrogance of this man when talking about the crown prince. News has spread, and only a few can attend the coronation. That is an insulting remark to the prince, He couldn't finish his sentence as his mouth was shut. His chin didn't move as if someone was firmly holding it. Yoop. Shut up. Well, this is good. I do miss what that brat Zhu Taejayam is up to. Brat? Li Yun was baffled at what he had just heard. This man was speaking about the leader of the empire, not just a crown prince, and treated as if the crown prince was below him. Actually, it shocked him as this was his first meeting with Chen Youwen. Up. Get out. After Chen Youwen's orders, Li Hamming gestured to the left, and the warriors and escorts from there came and took the envoy out. Be it the imperial envoy or anything, everything was equal to them. We are the imperial. Why are you doing this? We are the envoy, let me go. Even the other officials who didn't know the letter's content were confused. Yet, they were dragged out like prisoners. After they left, Subming smiled. Kukuk. Right. I suggested that we create a new dynasty, but for what purpose did you decide to stay here, Lord? It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that the power of the Sky Demon Order couldn't be compared to others. Going to create another nation wasn't an arduous task. Subming and the other elders also said that they should create something new. However, Chen Youwen wasn't interested in it. Lord. At that time, the voice of a woman was heard. Chen Youwen got up with a soft smile. Kukuk, look at him. Subming thought to himself. In the past, Chen Youwen would never smile unless it was a special occasion, but he was different in front of his family. My wife. Especially to his first wife, Mun Ku, he was the kindest. Lord. Despite not being newlyweds, those two people still held affection in their eyes. Chen Wumiang coughed. Ehem. You're here. Yes, father. Chen Wumiang smiled brightly and answered. This was a scene of a harmonious family that was never seen in the Sky Demon Order. Mara Kim, Li Hamming, and Subming watched it in delight. The enormous amount of children and the rivalry to bring out the best of them were all changed by Chen Youwen. Chen Ma, you don't even see us. Right. The Golden Gumiho spoke in disappointment, and Wang Yogan nodded. It can never be that, Lady Wang. Chen Youwen smiled, trying to comfort Yogan. The Golden Gumiho crossed her arms and said, say that to me too. Wifey E. Let go. Chen Youwen smiled at her. TCH. Nothing works for you. When her attempt was unsuccessful, the Golden Gumiho frowned. But Chen Youwen didn't care. People around him also had been watching this for 19 years. Iron wall. Iron wall. Ignoring the Golden Gumiho, Chen Youwen spoke to his son. Today is the day. Chen Wumiang's face brightened. Today is the long-awaited visit. After attending the academy, the last child who left the Sky Demon Order was with his father. Shoo. Chen Youwen put his hand into the shadow and pulled something out. What emerged was a sword. Ah. It was a famous sword whose body shone in white light. Chen Youwen passed it to Chen Wumiang. This? This is your sword. It was made from the spine of the white tiger, a spirit beast. Father. Chen Wumiang, who never received a sword as a gift, felt emotional. It felt like he was being acknowledged as a warrior. Is that all? Chen Youwen didn't respond to Mun Ku's words. Despite being so gentle with his family, his bluntness didn't disappear. To which Mun Ku said, why are you being so modest? Wumiang, that sword, your father made it for you. Father made it? Right. Chen Youwen made that sword. Initially, he was planning to give it at a later time when he graduated from the academy, but the child came out early. Still, Chen Wumiang was impressed with this. Father. Chen Wumiang was trying to say his gratitude, but then one of the guards said, Lord, third elder and seventh elder have arrived. I see. Chen Wumiang was puzzled at Chen Youwen's words. He knew that the elders weren't called to this place. The door opened, and a muscular middle-aged man with a long beard came in. They were the third elder Ko Wonger and the seventh elder Ho Sanghua. Since the establishment of the cult, they were the only ones who were a couple and elders at the same time. The people went inside and bowed to Chen Yuan. Pack. And they weren't the only ones who came. Third elder greets the Lord. Seventh elder greets the Lord. There was still a person behind them but was obscured by the two, who were huge and muscular. The person who looked like a man bowed and said, 16th elder, Ko Wang Suk, greets the Lord. A pure and beautiful voice came out far from her appearance. Surprisingly, it was a her, not him. Ko Wang Suk. Chen Wumiang frowned at her. Looking at the outside appearance, it seemed like this person was the perfect son of Ko Wanger, but this person was a woman. She was Ko Wang Suk, the eldest daughter of the couple. Get up. When Chen Yuan said it, the three got up and came close. Quack. You look so reliable whenever I see you. When Hu Bong said that to her, Ko Wanger laughed. Ha ha ha, it is because she resembles me. They seemed too similar. The first daughter resembled her father. Chen Yuan looked at his son. This kid. Chen Wumiang couldn't take his eyes off her. It wasn't because she was a woman but like a rival. Ko Wang Suk was the first to graduate from the academy in their generation. With the body of a man, she had her father's talent and was now the 16th elder too. Thanks to that, Chen Wumiang graduated second, and his heart burned every time he saw her. Shoo. On the other hand, Ko Wang Suk couldn't look at Chen Wumiang. She had the face of a woman in love. Chen Wumiang asked, Father, why are the elders here? He wondered why his father called the elders. Ko Wanger smiled. Ha ha ha. Young lord, my daughter will also come along with you on your journey. Huh? He was shocked at what he had heard. He thought he was only going with Hu Bong, but now this was horrible. A little flustering, Ko Wang Suk said, I will dedicate myself to taking care of the young lord. Kayak. Hide. After finishing her sentence, Ko Wang Suk hurriedly hid behind her father. Ha ha ha, our 16th elder is acting shy as she will be leaving with the young lord. I am worried as a young man and woman are going together. What do I do if you fall for her? No, ha ha ha. Ah, father. Thud. Thud. Ko Wang Suk hit her father on the back while he just patted his daughter. The sound seemed like drums were beating. Chen Wumiang, looking at them, didn't feel good. Hu Bong, who was next to him, said, I will protect you. What could he do? He just looked at Hu Bong silently.